Hello, I'm Marjorie Bates. Welcome to SUAANGAN, and in part 3 of the 20th anniversary special of the Inuvialuit Communication Society. ICS plays an important role in keeping our culture and traditions alive through elders telling their own stories, sharing their traditional knowledge, and passing along our language to our youth. ICS bridges the gap between yesterday, today, and tomorrow's television programs like SUAANGAN and Damapta, and through to SUAANGAN, the only bilingual newspaper in the Northwest Territories. And in this celebration of its 20th anniversary, it honors some of the past staff members of ICS who have contributed to the recordings of these stories. In part 3, we'll take a trip down memory lane with Debbie Gordon-Rubin, Stan Rubin, Lawrence Rogers, Willie Stephenson, and Leonard Harry. But first, we'll go to Ingama Hall for a drum dance. I think you might just recognize it. Did you remember it? If you remembered it from the beginning of the show, you were right. That's our SUAANGAN theme song. And now, to start the trip down memory lane that I promised you earlier. Debbie Gordon-Rubin began her career at ICS as a trainee in 1985. During her 17 years of service at ICS, she held many positions from producer to executive director for ICS. Let's have a look at one of her earlier programs.
We are all equal. We all have a brain to think with, a heart to love with, eyes to see with, and a mouth to talk with. A good rule to follow is to treat people the way you want to be treated.
Somebody in the community or a group of people who have an idea and they haven't filled out a proposal before, what kind of procedures or what do they have to have down? Like, does the government have a standard proposal outline that they have to follow?
It's an honor to be here. I wouldn't have missed tonight for the world because a lot of my adult life growing up in my adult years was spent at the Inuvialuit Communications Society. And as you be with the Inuvialuit Communications Society and you meet the people from Holman, from Sax, from Polituck, from Tuk, Inuvik and Aklavik, you can't help but see how important our Inuvialuit culture and history and especially the elders are, and I sure learned a lot from being with the Inuvialuit Communications Society, and I'm sure it'll continue for years and years to come, and that's where I met my husband at ICS.
Debbie was an ambassador for our people of the region. She went on to serve on the board of directors, first of TBNC and then APTN. Next, we'll meet with Stan Rubin. Stan began his career at ICS as a trainee in 1985. Over his 15 years with the Society, He produced many programs. Let's take a look.
The 25th Annual Northern Games were held in Inuvik last August. Competitors from all across the Northwest Territories were here to represent their region. When we think of Northern Games, we think of Arctic sports. These events that test your strength, agility, and coordination also test your personal self. Tonight we highlight the high kicks that are always an attraction. Welcome to SUAANGAN. I'm Stan Rubin.
Stan Rubin became program director for television. He had a natural talent for capturing the beauty of our unique people and our majestic land for both Damukta and SUAANGAN. Our next ICS employee had a strong connection with the land. He loved to document our traditions of hunting, trapping, and living on the land. His name is Lawrence Rogers.
Has prepared himself to harvest the muskrat. This small fur-bearing animal could be seen almost anywhere in the Delta region. I hope you enjoyed this program I have called Shooting Time.
Good evening. I'm Lawrence Rogers for Damukta. Tonight we'll watch as Noel Rogers, an Inuvialuit trapper from the Delta, goes out and shows his nephew Ian Joel Rogers how to set conibear trap for mink and also set rabbit and lynx snares. The conibear trap is still new to Noel and he's still learning the new ways to set the trap. We hope you enjoyed this program as much as we did producing it.
Growing up in this area and trying to capture everything that our people did as when they were growing up in this area. I wanted to capture that, and I wanted the whole world to see exactly what we did up here. And that's the reason why I like going out into the land and making programs of our people, our traditions, and our culture. And I hope everybody enjoyed that over the years. Thank you.
Lawrence Rogers' career as a producer with ICS would span 11 years. Before we meet our other guests, let's go back to Ingoma Hall for another look at the celebrations. SUAANGAN will return after these messages with more of the Inuvialuit drum dancing. Next, we'll meet a man who was a roving reporter for ICS for 8 years. Meet Willie Stephenson, another guest who was honored at the 20th anniversary celebrations. As a roving reporter, he contributed many productions over his 8-year career with ICS. Here is just a small sampling of his work.
Inuvialuit 1960 mingan
In 1986, Leonard Harry joined the production team of ICS. His strong knowledge of the Inuvialuit was a valuable asset during his 13 years of service with ICS, serving both as a host and a translator. Leonard's pleasant character and friendly smile is still remembered by those who worked with him.
Sabra kolekto ako na ilokada Inuit. Tamap.
Nicholas Damitko Ulungwak Board.
Over the past 20 years, we have had stories and events captured on tape. These stories are remembered through our team at ICS.
Steve Cockney Sr., and he's presently the board representative from the community of Tuktoyaktuk.
Watch as we take a look at some of the presentations and dances at Ingamo Hall.
And we have a society, and we have a name. And Peter said, the name, Mr. President, is Inuit Okanglet Ingnong Nong. And Sam Reddy says, amen. Thank you.
Let's go back to Ingamo Hall for a drum dance. This next song was performed by Debbie Gordon-Rubin. She called it A Whale's Tale, which she composed and wrote. These are just some of the people that created the programs that have been appearing on television for over 2 decades. Shows that have dedicated themselves to the ICS philosophy of creating programming that will keep our culture, elders, knowledge, and traditions alive. The bridge between yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Until next time, I'm Marjorie Bates, and this has been SUAANGAN.